Mr. Rains, which one are you on again? Zabel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I'm on Zibble, and she is present with me.
Zibble, okay. All right. So, I have a couple of people, I don't know who they are, so let's see. All right, I have someone who called in on a telephone number. Could I ask your name, please?
Sharon Mosier.
Good morning, Miss Mosier. Let
Morning.
me type your name in. Okay. And I'm going to put you in the waiting room for a minute and to see if the other party shows, okay?
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. One more person. I'm trying to see if I can get them connected. I'm waiting in the matter of Tanya Seville versus Jason Dale, file number 2007-31323DP. That matter has been dismissed. In the matter of Raquel Tyndall versus Isaiah Coopshaw, file number 2007-32109DP. That matter has been adjourned to June 24. Send another chat to this person. Okay. So. All right, Mr. Rains, I don't know if this is Mr. Zibble or not. He's not connected to audio yet.
It appears to be Mr. Zibble, yes.
I've sent him a chat to connect to audio. So let's see if he can. There he is. He's connecting. Let's try and connect. Oh, he's trying to connect. Shows he's still trying to connect. So.
That's.
Oh, he's connected. All right, Mr. Zibble.
Yes.
All right, pronounce your last name for me again.
Zibble, Zibbell.
Okay. Yep, I just wanted to make sure I had it right. All right, this is in the matter of Danielle Lee Zibble versus Ronald James Zibble, file number 2009-34180DM. I have Mr. Rains appearing on behalf of Danielle Zibble. Mr. Rains, I show that we're back again from April 15th for a show cause against Ms. Zibble. She has a monthly charge of $315 in child support, and as of today's date, she has an arrearage in excess of $17,509.35. When's your civil hearing? You have a hearing coming up?
I do, Your Honor. Your Honor, that is scheduled at 9:30 this morning. And I don't know if Your Honor would be inclined to hear it at this time or not. It doesn't appear, I'm happy to hear from Mr. Zibble. It doesn't appear as if Mr. Zibble has retained counsel or has representation relative to that matter, as I haven't received an appearance or response from counsel. But Your Honor, obviously that civil matter, I addressed it when we were last before you on a show cause against Ms. Zibble. That is simply the matter that there was a civil judgment that was entered against Mr. Zibble in favor of Mrs. Zibble back in 2013 in Monroe County Circuit Court for an amount of $40,000. That amount has grown because there have not been many payments. That amount has grown to in excess of $50,000. The motion that I filed was simply to allow Ms. Zibel to have a credit against that judgment for the full amount of the child support arrearage and to have her arrearage extinguished. So this matter had been adjourned to allow that hearing to be addressed, as well as because Ms. Zibel had provided with employer information at the last hearing, and my understanding that perhaps Mr. Vasquez can confirm is that there has been an income withholding order that's in effect now, and that has deducted, at least from one paycheck, the amount of $219 she's paid every 2 weeks. So she would be en route, even absent the offset and cancellation of all the arrearage. She would be on pace to be not only paying her active obligation, but paying on the arrearage as well. So Judge, I don't know how you feel. I mean, we can come back at 9:30 and I can argue
Well, let me ask Mr. Zibel. It's not really, I mean, I'm willing to do it if Mr. Zibel would agree. So Mr. Zibel, we have a hearing this morning at 9:30. Did you retain an attorney on that?
I did not.
Okay, so what Mr. Raines is saying is if we want to do this very quickly and take care of both, that way you don't have to log in and again in an hour and a half. Are you willing to do that?
Sure.
Okay, so you received the paperwork on Mr. Raines' motion. So it looks like she has her arrearage of $17,509, and then there's a judgment against you in Monroe County for like
Correct.
$50,000. Is that correct?
Correct. The balance is a little off from what my accounting has gone through, with some payments that were made that weren't accounted for. We've
Or are you talking about on the civil judgment?
On the civil judgment. So there's the numbers are off. The $50,000 numbers are off, and
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
not-
so I'm not worried too much about the total, only because the arrearage and child support is a lot less. So
Right.
whether that judgment is 30, 40, 50,000 or whatever. So what Mr. Raines is asking is that there be an offset, right?
Yes, Your Honor. And I think that hopefully Mr. Zibel would be agreeable. Whatever that amount is, and I understand that may be disputed by a couple of $1,000s, perhaps somewhere between 48,000 and 50,000. If her arrearage is 17,000, we simply subtract 17,000 from whatever that civil judgment amount is. Her arrearage in this case would be zero, and and the amount that he would owe Ms. Zibel in the civil case would be reduced by whatever her arrearage is. We can try to work that figure out. And I think that Mr. Zibel has been working with my office to try to ascertain that specific amount. I don't think we've determined it yet, but we can do that if Mr. Zibel is agreeable in theory with proceeding that way.
So Mr. Zibel, obviously these are two different things. There's a civil judgment against you that they can do income withholding and collection on, and then child support. So they really are two different things. But
Correct.
what she's asking is to give you credit for her arrearage on what is owed in that civil judgment so that it takes care of the arrearage. Do you understand that?
I do.
And I mean, like I said, they're two separate matters, but it still wouldn't make sense if she was getting payments from you and then, and applying them to child support. It's kind of a circle. You got that?
Correct.
So
And judgment,
first of all, hold on, Mr. Raines.
Sure.
First of all, Mr. Zibel, there's the arrearage that she owes you, and today's date at 17,509. Would you be willing to have her do a credit to you for that amount and then wash that out? So she won't have that arrearage and you will owe that much less on the civil judgment. Would you be willing to do that?
No, I feel like they should be separate matters. I've got a payment plan that I've been paying monthly on for several years now with the Monroe County stuff. I've been,
Well, then that's all you have to say is no, I can't. Okay. So
Okay.
Mr. Raines, it looks like I can't, as I said, they're two separate matters, and if he's not willing, I can't move forward on that. So Mr. Raines, you said that a payment was taken out of your client's paycheck?
It was, Your Honor. $219 was deducted from her most recent paycheck, which I think if that's going to be taken out per paycheck, she would be in excess of what her active obligation is. So she will be paying out of her.
So if she's paying $219 a month, then, or let me find it here. She owes $315 and you said $219 a paycheck is coming out?
I know that's an amount that came out of one of her paychecks, and she's paid every 2 weeks. So I don't know if that's the amount that they'll continue, the front of the court will continue to deduct, but if it is per paycheck, then she would be paying on her arrearage moving forward.
So Ms. Stevenson, obviously we would like it at the bare minimum, $50 a month on the arrearage. So Ms. Stevenson, what do you show that the order is set at for income withholding?
It appears that an extra 158 was actually added to the withholding. So it would be 315 is her current charge plus 158 plus the $3.50. So that's plenty.
Okay, and then obviously Mr. Rains, any money she's getting from the Monroe County judgment, you know, can offset that a little bit.
I think Mr. Zibble's paying $50 per month on that $50,000 judgment at this point.
Okay. All right. So we will, Mr. Rains, we don't have, do we have documentation now that the income withholding came out, Ms. Stevenson?
And we sent the withholding, Your Honor. It's possible that it's come out. The payment has not been received yet. So we don't have it yet, but it's possible it's come out.
All right, so what I'm gonna do here is, because, unless, obviously, Mr. Rains has some documentation that it is, and, you know, under his oath as an officer of the court, I believe him. So what I'll do is dismiss this, and obviously, ma'am, keep paying on the arrearage, and as long as those payments are being made, there won't be any more show causes, okay? All right, thank you, Mr. Zibble.
And Your Honor, this takes care of the matter for 9:30 then, correct?
Yes, it does.
All right,
I'll
thank you,
deny
Your
that
Honor.
motion. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, ma'am, what's your name?
Heather Adams.
Say it again.
Heather Adams.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. I got Mr. Reyes. All right, Christopher Reyes, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good morning. Okay, this is in the matter of Nicole Deanne Jupe versus Christopher Thomas Reyes, file number 2015-41906 DM. Looks like you had a court-appointed attorney, did you not?
I do not have one, no.
All right, so Mr. Reyes, we're here today on a show cause that was adjourned from April 8th. On April 8th, you were to, we talked and you were supposed to make your March and April payment and those were not made. Are you able to make those today?
Your Honor, I'm finishing up a big job. That's the only thing that held me up. I'm almost done with it. The end of this month is kind of when I was hoping that I'd be able to have it before this court date, but I mean, I don't have any extra money. I'm pretty much broke until I finish this job. It's kind of screwed me up.
So Mr. Reyes, I appreciate people who are go-getters and go work for themselves and do these things, but you need a job where you make payments. You're gonna get charged with a felony. You understand that, don't you?
I don't understand why. I understand what you have told me that, but
in the state of Michigan, once you reach about $10,000, the Attorney General reviews these cases, or I report them to the AG, and they will charge you with the 4-year felony, which means they'll arrest you on a warrant, they'll put you in jail, they'll require you to put a minimum 20% down, and then you get placed on probation and to pay that down. So if you're not able to pay your $256 a month in child support doing what you're doing, then go get a job at a factory, do something else and do side jobs.
No, I understand, Your Honor. I'm literally trying to get to the point where I can pay off a large chunk of this. I mean, even though I was pretty much homeless when all of this came up.
Right.
But I'm trying to take care of it all now. I've already tried to reach out.
So you're telling me you're gonna pay 700 and, oh, I don't know,
I wanna-
750. You're gonna pay $800 by the end of the month.
Once I finish this job, I'll be able to pay off, yeah, until next month. That's all I mean, I've been working on this month, I've been working on this job.
So my
for
question was, at the
2
end
months.
of the month, you're gonna be able to pay $800 to pay for
Yes.
March, April, and May.
Yes, I will 100% have, yeah, all the money to pay for all of it.
All right, Miss Adams, can I get a date for June 3rd? Do we have anything open June 3rd?
We don't, except you do have a motion for summary at 11 if you want to squeeze it in at 11:30.
I don't have any front of the court show causes at 8 o'clock.
Oh, show causes. Yes, I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Reyes, I'm gonna adjourn this to June 3rd at 8 AM. And I want you
Okay.
here in person. Do you understand?
To come down there in person, okay, I can.
And you better
yeah.
have either paid it, unless you paid the 800. If you paid
Yeah,
the 800.
I'll have it
Hey,
paid by then.
Mr.
but I
Reyes, Mr. Reyes,
Yeah.
you keep telling me you're gonna have it and you don't have it. So listen to me. If you pay the 800 in person, if you pay it 2 weeks before that date and Miss Stevenson can verify it, that's great. But you either show up that day with $800 or understand you're facing jail.
You're right, I understand that.
Okay.
Joanna, yeah.
So I'm gonna set this over to June 3rd at 8 AM. And where are you? Let me see here. Let me see something. Leave by 6:30 to get here, because it's a long drive. But if you pay it a couple weeks in advance and Miss Stevenson can verify you paid the 800, then she can adjourn it again. All right?
Yep, but that's, yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping.
So, Mr. Reyes, like I said, if you can't, it's nice to be able to say that at least your kids are eating, even though you're not paying your child support. But if you can't make monthly payments, then get a different job. So we'll see you back on June 3rd at 8 AM in person. Thank you.
Maybe I'll get to see my daughter by then too. All right, have a good day.
Bye. That's a separate thing.
Hello?
All right, Ms. Mosier, hold on one second. It is. All right, this is in the matter of Sharon Mosier versus Jody Lynn Buer, file number 2012-37532 UN. This is an arrearage only case, and Ms. Buer is supposed to pay $108.33 a month in payments towards her arrearage. We were last here on April 15th. I told her to make a payment that week and her May payment by today's date. She's failed to do so. So I'm going to issue a bench warrant for her arrest. I will set bond in the amount of $1,500. All right. Thank you, Ms. Mosier.
Oh, thank you very much. All right. Bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. So in the matter of Jessica Flores versus Cody Bays, file number 2018-45161 DP. Ms. Flores was ordered to appear at 8 AM this morning. Ms. Flores is ordered to pay $312 a month in child support as of today's date. She has an arrearage of $8,352.28. We were last here on March 22nd. I ordered her to obtain employment. She has failed to appear or provide verification of employment. Issue a bench warrant for her arrest for failure to appear. And I will set bond in the amount of $1,500. In the matter of, what is this ring about? In the matter of Peyton Mapes versus Todd Prock, file number 2018-45820 DS. He has failed to appear. Mr. Prock is ordered to pay $202 a month in child support on this case. He's got 3 cases. And he has an arrearage of $6,721.31. Mr. Prock has failed to appear. May show a bench warrant for his arrest, that bond in the amount of $1,500. All right. So I believe Ms. Stevenson and Mr. Vasquez, that is all of our show causes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. We just got a couple minutes. We'll call your case, okay?